My name is Tyler. If you don't know me, I think most of you do. And with my wife, Lisa, I'm one of the co-music directors here at Unity of Walnut Creek. And man, are we happy for what a special occasion we have tonight, which is to spend a little time with the fabulous music and presence and soul of Daniel Nahmod. I hope you all had a chance to enjoy our live stream Sunday service this morning, where Daniel kind of blew everybody away with the music and the connection with the message. And it was a very intense time, and I think made much more healing and profound by the musical choices. And, I'm a little biased towards the power of music, but it was really special. So I want to thank Daniel for that. And we're going to get started in just a second, but I want to remind you, as you know, this is a free event, but certainly not free to create. And so we want to try to be as generous as we can in keeping the abundance flow going. So I'm going to give you this little slide right now to tell you how to give, and then we'll come back to this at the end. But at any time, you're welcome to show your financial support for Daniel and his family and the talent and the music that he brings to the world, and the message, really, the ministry that is his music. But do know that the donations you make tonight also support our music ministry here in Walnut Creek. And if you would, when you're making your donation, if it's an online or even if you're writing a check, however you do it, find a little place for a memo or a description or a note, depends on what form you're using, but they all have ways to make a little extra notation somewhere and just indicate Daniel Nahmod concert so we can try to keep track of it. Okay, I am going to stop sharing my screen now, turn off computer sound, and we are going to enjoy. Daniel, good evening. How are you? Oh, I think you are muted of your own accord. No, is it me? All right. Well, let's see what we can do about that. The magic of technology. There we go. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Tyler. How you doing?
Great now.
Thanks for the kind word. I'm glad.
All true.
Glad it worked for you today, this morning. All right. Well, shall we begin?
Yes.
Here I am, my child. Take my hand, here I am, my child. There's no worry anymore, you've made it home. Only peace is left in store, you've made it home, made it home, made it home. Ooh, here I come, my child. On the run, here I come, my child. There's no pain in all the world, you've made it home. Brilliant gold and priceless pearls, you've made it home, made it home. Won't you stay forever, forever, Together, there's nothing that we won't do. Comes the time to sleep. Comes the time to sleep, to sleep. There's no worry anymore, you've made it home. Only peace is left in store. You've made it home, made it home, made it home, made it home. Ooh. Well, I used to dream out loud. Just being human made me proud. Now I throw my hands up in the air from disillusion and despair. My heart has taken such abuse. I've used my hurt as my excuse. It's like my hope has disappeared behind the shadow of my fear. And I wonder why they say that aging thins the skin. Then I remember I am only one, but I am not alone. I don't need to do everything, no. I can right one wrong, I can sing one song. I don't need to do everything. It's time to dive back in, yeah. It's time to live again. I am unjaded. What if you have to fall to grow? I've fallen hard enough to know. So what if life's not fair? Does it mean that I'm too cool to care? And I wonder when I stopped believing right will win. Then I remember I am only one, but I am not alone. I don't need to do everything, no. I can right one wrong, I can sing one song. I don't need to do everything. It's time to dive back in, yeah. It's time to live again, unjaded. What kind of life would I live with my heart closed? What kind of man would I be? What kind of world will I be creating if I can love with all of me? If I just love with all of me. I am only one, but I am not alone. I don't need to do everything on my own. I can right one wrong, I can sing one song. I don't need to do everything. I am only one, but I am not alone. I don't need to do everything, no. I can write one wrong or sing one song. I don't need to do everything. It's time to dive back in. Yeah, it's time to dive back in. Oh, it's time to live again. I am unjaded. Unjaded. When my hands were emptied, when my hope was gone, I couldn't help but wonder what had I done wrong. But even though my heart was broken, there was no need to despair, 'cause a vessel must be open to put something better there. Oh yeah. Into my empty hands, gently you pour new life for me. Yours is a perfect plan. The ups and the downs were meant to be. Now I understand you needed my empty hands. So forgive me when I doubted. I admit sometimes I do. Or consider giving up 'cause I cannot see the truth. I know I'll never go without it. Your deep and abiding love, oh love, into my empty hands, gently you pour new life for me. Yours is a perfect plan. The ups and the downs were meant to be. Now I understand you needed my empty Yours is a perfect plan. The ups and the downs were meant to be. And I cannot help but cry to think of the gifts you've given me. Now I understand you needed my empty thank you for my oh, thank you for my empty hands. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give up my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. You want to sing with me? Here we go. Love is my decision. It's up to me. It's up to me to stand on that bridge, to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive, can make me forgive. Once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. Right here and now. One more time. Here we go. Love is my decision. It's up to me. It's up to me to dance down that road, to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load, can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. My decision right here and now. If this is my last song, if this is my final day, if tomorrow I'll be gone, what do I want to say? If this is my last song, if it's my time to go, when my body's moved on, what will I have to show? Oh, but fortune and fame, they scatter to the wind. The things that make a name just don't matter in the end. But is the world a little more peaceful? Oceans and skies a little more blue? Is humankind a little bit wiser about the good that we can do? Does the sun shine a little bit brighter where before there was only rain? If so, then I'm glad I came. all of the earth to hear? If all that I have ever been is about to disappear, if these are my last words, there's nothing that I need to say. I have only tried to serve. It's never been about talking anyway. So much hurt there is to heal. It's hard to understand. All I can hope to feel is that I am doing what I can. Is the world a little more peaceful? Oceans and skies a little more blue? Is humankind a little bit wiser about the good that we can do? Does the sun shine a little bit brighter where before there was only rain? If so, then I'm glad I came. Have I given hope to the hopeless? Has a hungry soul been fed? Has a child stood a little bit taller 'cause of something that I said? Have I left a little kindness? Have I eased a little pain? If so, then I'm glad I came. For that, I'm so glad I came. If this is my last song, what do I leave behind? What do I pass on if I am out of time? What kind of world do I want to see? What kind of world do I want to leave to my children's children? Now is the time to make up my mind, yeah. What kind of world is this gonna be? What kind of world will be my legacy to the generations, for all humankind? It's time to decide what kind of world. Will it be peaceful? Well, am I? Will it be joyful and kind? Will it be all those things a child so easily describes? Oh yeah. Will everybody have enough? Will we speak in the language of love? Somehow I'm suspecting it's all up to what you and I decide. What kind of world do we want to have? When will we be ready to start giving back to this precious place, to every young face? Tell every boy and girl what kind of world. Do 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 do, whoa, do 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 do. Will it be peaceful? Well, am I? Will it be joyful and kind? Will it be all those things a child so easily describes? Oh yeah. Will everybody have enough? Will we speak in the language of love? Somehow I'm suspecting it depends on what you and I decide. What kind of world do we want to have? When will we be ready to start being that? For this precious place, for every young face, tell every boy and girl what kind of world. Oh, 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 every boy and girl, yeah. What kind of world? Do 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 do. Oh, 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 do 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 do. That is not a song I do very often. Comes to mind today. This song is based on a true story. Well, a true moment. Lately I've been thinking about what motivates me to give a couple dollars to a stranger on the street, to hold the door, carry groceries, help a neighbor in need. When history repeats itself in headlines every day, solutions never big enough for problems that we face. As a man, as a dad, what difference can I make? 'Cause I know better than to think I'll be remembered for a favor or a quarter or a smile. Oh, but maybe before I return to sender, I can do one thing worthwhile. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to raise a kind child. Sure would help if our boy went and got an MBA and took care of his artist mom and dad in their old age. But let's face it, Wall Street probably isn't in his DNA. But when his first grade teacher said she wanted us to know, it's Jude who always comforts any kid who sits alone. There's just so much pride my heart can take. My retirement can wait. 'Cause I know better than to think I'll be remembered for a fortune or a pension or a prize. Oh, but maybe before I return to sender, I'll have done one thing worthwhile. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to raise a kind child. I don't want him to think the world is his to save. It's too much pressure anyway, it can't be done. I don't want him to think he has to be a saint, 'cause the truth is, saints don't have any fun. Mostly I just hope, my boy, you'll come to understand. No 401k or GPA can make a happy man. It's having roots, doing good, helping out where you can. So put down roots, do some good, take somebody's hand. And and you'll know better than most what really matters. What makes living this life worthwhile? There may come a day your own kids will remember how their granddad used to say with a smile that he raised. We raised a kind child. I've seen my share of struggle when I thought that I knew best. When I've sailed through a storm instead of stopping to rest. But it always seems the hardest when I've made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle head straight into the wind? He doesn't pick a fight, spreads his wings and just gives in. And in the end he always makes it home just fine. Guess he knows that every storm subsides. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. I'll let nature take its course. No more thinking that I know where this river's meant to go. I have railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won, for the heartache that I've felt. But it always seems when I let go of expectation and regret, life has plenty of surprises for me yet. I wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. I had a really nice moment. Boy, this is we're having a little moment in our lives, aren't we? I think that it's going to feel like everything before it was a life ago. You know what I mean? Or multiple lives ago. So it seems like it was a really long time ago, but I think it was last summer. Must have been last summer that I was in Chicago with my parents, who are on curfew in their condo right now, sending us scary emails and about how we should stay locked up, to be safe. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. But I was in Chicago, and I was visiting my parents with my little boy Jude, who I mentioned in that song a couple songs ago. And I had a moment I didn't miss. I don't know about you. I have a very distractible ADD brain. I am always flitting around. Drives my wife crazy. Well, it drives anyone organized crazy. It drives myself crazy. That's fun. But I frequently miss moments. I think I frequently miss moments. I'm not trying to be overly hard on myself, but meaning something could be happening that matters, and I will be 18 to 69% elsewhere, thinking about what I should be doing or what I'm going to be doing next, or where, right, what I didn't do, who I was supposed to call, help the to-do list of 39 things, whatever it is. But there was a moment in my parents' apartment that I didn't miss. It was last summer. So I'm sitting at the little upright piano that I used to play as a boy, that I took lessons on as a boy until I stopped. I stopped taking lessons. I think it was sophomore year of high school. But the piano was always in our living room, and I had a lot of, I learned piano on it. It was a special piano, and now it's in my parents' condo where they moved after all their boys left, right? 3 boys. So there it is in the condo, and I'm sitting playing the piano that I grew up playing. And in the other room is my dad in his late 70s, teaching my boy, age 7 at the time, how to play chess on the chess set that he taught us. And I just happened to notice it, and it would have been very easy for me to skate right by it, and either think about what kind of cereal my parents still have in the cabinet or whatever. But I actually happened to notice it, that was one of those moments that's like a little snapshot of generations passing, and it's an unforgettable. I mean, for me anyway, the love of my grandparents is permanently installed in me. You can't unfeel the love of a grandparent. And there was my boy sitting across from his grandpa, learning how to play chess, and only basically understanding little bits here and there. Obviously not at all the point. He could, it was just one of those little moments where I'm sitting at this piano that runs deep for me, and behind me, Jude is learning chess from Grandpa Sheldon. And it was just a beautiful thing. And so I started noodling on the piano and wrote a little bit of a melody. And I kind of liked it, so I saved it on my phone, just recorded it on my phone. And then when I was recording the most recent little album, I decided to put that melody on the album as the final word, so to speak, even though it's instrumental. And I called it A Long Way From Home, because I was both back home at the piano and with my parents, and also so far from home, so far from California where I live and where I am right now. And so many years passed. So it's both an ironic name, I think, and our title, and an accurate title. So I'm going to play you a little bit of that melody, and then see where it goes. asking where I'm going. I've been asking all my life. I've grown tired of all this wondering when everything seems to turn out right. So when my mind needs something to do, wants to know the future, I whisper this: I'm okay. I've always been, and I'll always be that way. You want to sing that line with me? I'm okay. I'm okay. I've always been, and I'll always be, and I'll always be that way. So here goes nothing. I'm taking a chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. Oh, but I'm not afraid this time. Some say it's crazy. Some say naive to close my eyes and take the leap. But I know better, 'cause I believe even in the dark my soul can see. So when my mind plays its usual games, oh, my answer is always the same. Yeah. Here goes nothing. I'm taking a chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. Oh, but I'm not afraid this time. Here goes nothing. I'm taking a chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. Oh, but I'm not afraid this time. No, I'm not afraid this time, 'cause I'm okay. I've always been, and I'll always be that way. I'm okay. I've always been, and I'll always be that way. Thanks. I think I'm going to do one of my wife's favorite songs of mine. Obviously, well, I mean, I have lots and lots of songs. By the way, thanks for joining me. Thanks for having me. I'm on pace to say the least I've ever said in a concert, and if I start talking, it's hard for me to stop. So I'm not going to start particularly, but I am going to say thank you, and also that simply that the songs I'm choosing today are, whether it's obvious or not, guided by what I'm reading and what I'm feeling. I have lots and lots of songs, and I could easily do a 3-hour concert without an intermission and not even come close to running out of songs. I'm not saying they're all good. I'm just saying I don't run out of songs. But my take on it my take on it musically tonight is intended to be simple. Take number one is that we are, maybe always, but it certainly feels like we are right now, at something of a pivot point towards a more compassionate and more just world, and which I'm certainly in favor of. So if I can sing those songs, I will, and I am and do. And my second simple point to make is that peace of mind isn't a crime right now. Serenity and a deep breath and centeredness don't detract from a passion and a desire and a willingness to make the world a kinder and more compassionate place. They are at the root of making the world a more compassionate place. That is to say, reeling in the ambition and the expectation to spark a revolution worldwide, to change an entire city, much less state, much less country, much less world, that actually the change that each of us is able to make, I don't mean to sound like I'm reading a bumper sticker, the change that each of us is actually capable of making in the real world today starts with a deep breath, a little dose of trust, a little dose of surrender of the results and outcome of actions, to just be peaceful inside, and then to find a recipient for kindness and do that. Give it that. Give it there. And to let the rest be. And to do that one act at a time, one day at a time, is in fact the only way any of us can effect the kind of change that I think we're all crying literally for right now. One day at a time, one small act at a time. And it actually starts not with, in my opinion only, starts with not internal agitation, not with rage, not with righteous indignation, but in fact with a calm center. From a calm center, peaceful action flows, wisdom flows, real kindness flows, not the forced or the for show kind or the committed to an outcome kind, but real kindness starts with a deep breath. So maybe not coincidentally, this song comes to mind. It is one of my wife's favorites, and it's a little on the money in terms of what I've just said and where we're at maybe collectively. But maybe you'll enjoy it or get something out of it. Here we go. I've just a couple songs left to do before we close. I didn't mean to forgive you for all the harm you've done. I didn't plan to understand you, but against my will I've begun. In searching my soul, I found that place. Now there's no mistaking this calmer space. I never counted my blessings, I only saw where you failed. Blinded myself to the lessons you taught in so much detail. Well, time has a way of clearing sight, like slowly someone turned on a light. I'm adding years to my life, years to my life, by saying goodbye to my anger. I've frozen years of my life, holding so much cold inside. Now finally I find I have cried the ice away. I didn't know you'd consumed me. I couldn't see what I'd become. Thought I was some kind of grown-up, but I was still so young. And the more I denied it, the worse it grew, till all I was left with was blaming you. I'm adding years to my life, years to my life, by saying goodbye to my anger. I've frozen years of my life, holding so much cold inside. Now finally I find I have cried the ice away. Years to my life, years to my life. Now finally I find I have cried the ice away. There you go. And I'm going to try to do something here with a track. This is when I talk about doing what I can do today, and that having to be enough and allowing it to be enough and letting myself feel like it's enough. Going to sleep, head on pillow, feeling good that I've done today what I can do today. That can be an elusive feeling. One of the ways that I have, one of the main ways really that I have attempted to do good is through songs. And it's been a little bit of a compulsion of mine. It drives my wife crazy. She sometimes tells me, geez, Danny, she calls me, every song doesn't need to be a life lesson. You don't even know the words to most of your favorite songs. Why do you just let a song be fun. It's fine. And she's absolutely right. But there's a piece of me that, for better or worse, asks myself whether I'm making the world a better place with a song. I've already been to therapy. I don't actually need to scream my discontents to an audience to let it out. I'm 49. I'm not 29 or 19. And even when I was 19 or 29, I didn't think that was very polite. But especially not now. And so there's kind of an overriding intention and theme to all my music. And we're talking about, at this point, thousands of songs, but 13 full records and of inspirational music, and thousands of performances. And it's just this thing I can't stop myself from doing, which is to try, I don't mean to sound noble, it's the opposite of noble, it's like flat out compulsive, is to try to make the world a little bit more peaceful, a little kinder with a song. And the half of me that, by the way, was raised by lawyers and was a computer programmer before making music and was an economics major in college, that half of me thinks the half of me that sings songs about love and peace is completely full of shit and wasting his time. I mean, for God's sake, I quit the computer business at the dawn of the internet age. I was standing at the gates of the kingdom of riches, and instead I quit to sing songs of love. Not a savvy business decision. So here is one of This is, I think I'm going to close with it. Well, I mean, it depends. If you guys are up for staying a few minutes late, then I'll do 2 songs left in the okay. So here is the next to last song of tonight's show. I'm going to sing it along with my track. You're about to understand why. And this is a very personal song and also a very different kind of song. If you've never heard it, it might surprise you a little bit. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the track and get a sense of what's happening. We'll see. I could sing about mistakes I've made, broken hearts and broken wings. I could sing about my aches and pains and the one that got away. But it seems to me the world has its hurts to spare. Shadows are everywhere. I decided I've cried enough. There's plenty of songs about tough luck. I'm gonna sing about love. Gonna sing about love. And lift somebody up instead of talking about tough luck. I can't deny I still dream about the glory, the Grammy, the gold. I cannot lie, I still wish sometimes my eyes and my heart would close. But it seems to me my family escaped the war and they never sang anymore. They lost everything they had. And if a song is all I can give back, I'm gonna sing about love. I'm gonna sing about love and lift somebody up. I'm gonna sing about love instead of talking about tough luck. Whoa, no more tough luck. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Gonna take my cue from a few folks I look up to. I'm gonna sing about love. Stevie Wonder sings in the key of life. Bobby McFerrin says be happy, it'll be alright. Marvin Gaye showed the way to what's going on. It's a wonderful world thanks to Louis Armstrong. Soul Asylum saved those runaway kids. John Lennon just imagined and the whole world did. John Denver took a sky with Tina Turner to the sea. Stevie Wonder to a higher love. John Legend in common to freedom. Pete Seeger's gonna overcome. Bob Marley just smiled at the rising sun. Eminem will lose himself before the moment's gone. Miss Jackson knows the knowledge is what we want. Gloria Gaynor maintained that we're gonna survive. Tim McGraw wants us to live like we are dying. Aretha got R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Bette Midler from a distance, the whole world we see. Tom Petty free falls. Leanne hopes we dance. Josh Groban raises up. If we're hurting, R.E.M. understands. Irving B. bless the USA. Van Morrison ushered in a brand new day. Whitney sang about the greatest love of all. Johnny Nash can see clearly now the rain won't fall. Pete knows we're beautiful. Christina does too. Rihanna sees us shining like a diamond. We keep walking like the Foo Fighters. Fight the power, Public Enemy said. Miley is a climber. Andy Grammer keeps his head up. Bill Withers, we can lean on him. Natasha's unwritten. Taylor Swift shakes it off again. Lady Gaga was born this way. Jason Mraz, truly glad to be our friend today. The Black Eyed Peas wonder where is the love. Desiree gotta be. Journey never stop believing in us. Simon over troubled water made a bridge. Elton John lit a candle for Diana, he did. It's the same love. Macklemore was moved to pray. Izzy made a rainbow with an ukulele. James Brown, loud and proud. Bruce Hornsby laid it out the way it is. Queen made us into champions. You too, Dr. King and the power of one. Sam Cooke made you look. Change is gonna come. Peter Gabriel ain't giving up on us just yet. We are the world. Save lives, no star they couldn't get. Irene Cara, what a feeling alive. Pharrell made us happy. Katy Perry lit a firework in the sky. Carole King, we've got a friend. Switchfoot dared us all to move again. Paul McCartney's words of wisdom were to let it be. And the weight of the world was taken off by Aloe Black and Avicii. So what do? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sing about love. Sing about love. Lift somebody up. Instead of talking about tough luck, I'm gonna sing about love. Here we go. One last song. thank you for having me. Thank you for joining me. It took me about 3 months to learn that one by heart. I still hyperventilate, but I'm getting closer. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. And let's think of quieter streets and more peaceful homes, and not just space to breathe, but space to grieve. I think collectively there are some tears to shed, and as frequently happens, that grief very easily morphs into anger. But when things calm down, grief it will be once more, and there we will sit for a little while, and we'll all be okay. And hopefully in a better place. So, one more song. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Tyler. There's one power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and just speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. We'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit or Jesus or Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem or Heaven's Door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, yeah. One power is what we are. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. Freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon, for it's love that's most deep. It's one power. Oh, what we are is one. It's the power power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now.
Now unmute. Woohoo!
Well, yeah, Daniel, what you can't hear and see right now is a thunderous standing ovation that you are receiving. You know, this Zoom format is interesting. It is intimate. It makes us feel like we're sitting there in your studio, which is awesome. But
Yes.
it also prevents us from showering you with gratitude, which is what we're doing right now, for that huge blessing, the music and the message and your huge heart. And I will not make a 4-hour speech, but I could. Thank you. And I will say that you know, I'm glad you didn't end up in Silicon Valley, because here you are. Maybe you're not glad that you're not
I'd be wearing a much more expensive shirt.
a .com millionaire, but no, but
Yeah.
seriously. And I do think if you ever need to, you should just keep pursuing the rap thing, because eventually
Totally.
the big
Totally.
things are going to come there too. So
Totally. Yeah. That's a calling for me, is rap,
Well-
for sure. Yeah.
So we want to thank everybody so much. What I'm going to do right now is actually share my screen again and remind you all that you can support both Daniel and our music ministry with the contribution tonight. I mean, think about what you just spent the last hour and 10 minutes doing, soaking in, receiving from an artist. Think about the contribution that artists make to the hard times we're going through and how crucial they are. So we want more of that in the world, do we not? So let's show that with whatever we can.
Yeah, Tyler, I forgot to mention, just as an invitation or an offer, I've done some of you may know, most of you don't probably. I started late March giving lots and lots of concerts on Facebook Live. And when I say lots and lots, I mean 12 nights in a row, and then another 12 nights in a row, and then another 12 nights in a row, and then I did 5 morning meditations, and then I did a 2-hour workshop. And all of that stuff is on my Facebook page. 36 concerts. If it's overwhelming to even think about what you would watch, just watch the most recent one, the season finale of the 3rd season of concerts. It's a nice hour of music, and you can, if you scan the different concerts, every one of them feels different, and they were really
binge watching is also permitted.
Yeah. My Facebook page is just Daniel Nahmod USA. I'm going to be doing some more soon. I have a glitch right now on Facebook, so I'm not able to do more right now, but I will again soon. But in the meantime, there's lots and lots of shows. You could actually binge watch me for a day and a half. I mean, through the night.
That is awesome.
It's excessive, but you're invited. That's all. It's just a gift, just intended as a gift.
Yes. Well, so thank you. And so for all of that, please make your financial contribution, and you can use the Give app that we have told you about every Sunday, and you can do it on the website. Now, maybe you're not giving your donation right in this second, but sometime tonight, I hope you will, or maybe you already have. But we always, when we are in a moment of prosperity, when we're sharing that abundance, we always do our blessing. So would everybody repeat the blessing with me, please? Together. divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy filled and grateful. And especially after tonight, I am joy filled and grateful. And I made this cute little slide just to remind you guys about Daniel's website. Is it not true that there's a digital download sale happening, Daniel?
There is. I'm not sure who that guy is. That looks like my young
Yeah.
son, my teenage
One of
son.
those, you hire those actors to impersonate.
Definitely a teen heartthrob.
Yeah, minus 30 pounds and 20 years. I'm thinking that picture at this point.
It's
So
just
thank you.
what I happen to have. So
Yeah. I appreciate
anyway, so visit Daniel's website, and if you're not here because of Unity of Walnut Creek and you don't know who the heck we are, you just love Daniel and you wanted to enjoy the music tonight, then go to his website and make your contribution there. There's definitely a way to do that, and certainly visit the Facebook page. So I just want to thank everybody. I think we are at the end of the evening. My dear, is there anything I forgot to say?
Yeah, and thanks to all the folks also watching on YouTube. There were at least 24 people watching at various times. So that
Yes,
was
we
awesome.
had a nice crew over there on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Very
All right.
fun. Thank you. This is very fun. I appreciate it.
It was
Thanks
great.
for
Be
giving me a chance
blessed.
to share. Good night, everybody.